This week's boost is sponsored for dailygiving.org. Great organization gives out money on your behalf. $1 a day. Do it for somebody else. A day, a week, a month. Dailygiving.org, dailygiving.org. It's also sponsored for the lives of those lost last night in Meron. BaOmer is a time of celebration and joy and happiness. I was at Meron when I was a kid. Nothing compares to the joy that I saw there. Just complete and utter joy. Deep spiritual joy. I remember it like it was yesterday being there. For what we're seeing today unfold, there must be something deeper that BaOmer has for us that we need to tap into this year. And I want to just share a few thoughts about it. The hero of BaOmer is Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the great Tana that revealed the secrets of the universe, the secrets of Kabbalah. It's his life and legacy. But he came from somewhere. He was the student of the great Rabbi Akiva. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai emerged from one of the greatest tragedies in Jewish history. Right before Rabbi Akiva had a small yeshiva of 5 students, of which Rabbi Shimon was one, Rabbi Akiva was in the center of the world. He was the teacher of 24,000 students, the spiritual force of the Jewish people. He was the supporter of Bar Kochva, the general that Rabbi Akiva himself thought was the Messiah. He was the center of the revolt against the Romans that saw for a brief period of time the Jewish people take back their land, mint coins, and prepare themselves possibly for the rebuilding of the third temple. But he was also in the middle of the greatest tragedy, the fall of Beitar, the battleground that really plunged us into the darkness that we're still emerging from right now. We're taught that the bloodshed from the Romans was so great that the blood reached the nostrils of the Roman soldiers. This period of time, we are keeping customs of mourning, as you can tell from the beards that people are growing and no music and weddings. It comes from this period of time. 24,000 died. The beginning of the end, culminating in the fall of Beitar, which is memorialized on Tisha B'Av. And from all of this tragedy emerged this Rabbi Akiva, the man in the center of it all, who probably had his heart broken in a million pieces. Probably wanted to do nothing more than to sit and cry for the rest of his life. Probably wanted to do nothing more than to give up, to question, where is God now? We almost had it. God doesn't want the third temple. God doesn't stand behind us against the Romans. Why would God have us lose? We had it. We were so close. That's how we feel now. We just got out of the virus. We just emerged from lockdown. And now, really, if you think about it, the first holiday of freedom was Meron, was BaOmer. Why wouldn't God want everyone to be dancing and singing under the stars of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? Why wouldn't God protect us in this particular case? But what made Rabbi Akiva great was that he knew he wasn't God. He knew that he was on mission from God. And the question wasn't why, the question was how. How do I rebuild? How do I go forward? How do I take what I am experiencing and turn it into a positive force to change the world? And what came down into the world that wasn't in the world yet was the power of his students. His 24,000 didn't rival his 5, from what we know. And the world of Kabbalah, the world that we know it today, wasn't revealed yet. It was born in the tragedy. It was born in the ashes. It was born in the resilience. I thought this year's Lag BaOmer would be about unbridled joy and celebration, and it's not. It's about resilience. It's about rising from the ashes. You can't not have your heart broken into pieces today. But today is Lag BaOmer, and today is the day where God showed us in history that if we take the brokenness and resolve to ask how do I bring more light? How do I do something that I wasn't going to do? How do I gift more than I would have gifted? We are putting ourselves in the shoes of Rabbi Akiva, who gave birth to greater people than he had before, who may have accomplished his greatest feat from his greatest tragedy. We're in a crossroads right now. This tragedy can send us against each other. This tragedy can keep us from God. This tragedy could dwindle the fire and the flame of hope. But we have to dig in and honor those that passed by living more, by taking a page out of the playbook of Lag BaOmer before Rabbi Shimon, which is Rabbi Akiva, who emerges from tragedy and says, let's keep on going. Let's be bigger now. Let's be stronger now. Let's be more caring now. I wasn't going to do that, but I'm doing it. I wasn't going to try that. I'm trying it. I wasn't going to call. I'm calling. Every day is the most precious gift I have, and I didn't realize it, but today I do. Life is the most precious thing I have. I didn't appreciate it, but today I do. Resilience is our nature. And today are the days we have to dig deep into the very essence of who we are, a soul, and ask ourselves, what am I going to do differently today to honor those that don't have a day? That's what Rabbi Akiva probably asked himself, which is why we have Lag BaOmer. And if me and you are around today, it's a question we have to ask ourselves today, so that tomorrow is lighter, so that next week is greater, so that we honor those that aren't with us by living for them. Rabbi Shimon was one of the greatest testaments to Rabbi Akiva. Let's be a testament to the Jewish people. Let's dig deep together. This Lag BaOmer it may not be what it was once before, an unbridled joy, but maybe it can be a holiday of resilience and unity. And maybe we'll be able to see a day where there's no more pain and suffering and sorrow, where we learn the lessons of the darkness and emerge together in greater light.